Hola, friends.
Hey, friends.
Welcome to Leave Me Alone. I'm working on it.
I'm Cassie
My
J.
resolution for the new year is to just be happy all the time. I want to pull a Cassie J like on a daily basis.
That is an
Just
unrealistic New Year's resolution.
hey bo. Why? You don't have faith
You
in
want
me.
to be happy all the time?
I
Life is
mean,
gonna
I want
happen.
I want to pull a Cassie J. I want to be a happy
Ah,
Cassie.
oh, I understand. I understand. Look,
I mean, it's not like life's not gonna happen, but like
yes,
for the larger percentage of the life that's happening,
I'm
I just
with
want to be
you. I'm
happier
with
or
you.
chilled.
I'm with
It
you.
is
I'm with
not
you.
my default setting, so I am setting myself up for failure. This is one of those New Year's resolutions that will last 4 weeks and then it's done.
I think,
Because
yeah, I think, well, yes, I think that we must be careful with our New Year's resolutions because why set yourself up for failure? Why set yourself up for disappointment? Like,
I
just,
want to look at it differently, right? I know that people are all, because like what you're saying is true. And that's how I've always looked at it. Like, why set yourself up for failure? Like, now on your list, you've got, I want to learn how to code this year. I want to read 52 books this year. I want
gee,
to go to the gym 5 days a week. And some of it, fine, possible. Some of it, not realistic. Um,
yeah,
and but I want to look at it instead of saying why set yourself up for failure. I'm like, even if the things on your list you only do for 4 weeks, that's 4 weeks of a new experience.
you are not wrong. You're
It's
not
four
wrong.
weeks of a new experience. It's 4 weeks of your life that you did something positive. It takes nothing away from you.
It
Nothing.
doesn't. It doesn't. I think the thing that I'm trying to avoid is this, and I think you are too, is this sense of like I wasn't able to do it for the whole year and therefore I am a failure.
Oh no, let's take that away and let's say
Do you
I'm
know
going
what
to
I
do
mean?
it for
Like
as long as I
just
can
there
and
we
take the
go.
win. Take the
And
win.
take the
I
win.
For 4 weeks I went to the gym 5 days a week. The rest of the year I went
Well done.
twice. I
10
take the
points for
win.
Gryffindor. Yeah,
This year I
yeah.
meant to read a book every month. I've read one every quarter. Take the win. Or for the first quarter, I read 3 books. So I actually did do the book every month thing. The rest of the year, I've read one. Take the win. You
There
read
you
four
go.
books.
There you go. I
So
think I think that's a good way to look at it.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, this is what I wanted because I've also just been at this point where I'm like, what's the point of resolutions? We don't, they don't last longer than the first 3 weeks after you make them. But I actually want to flip
Yeah.
it this year and be like, do you know what? It doesn't matter. I did it for 4 weeks. I was a happy Cassie for 4 weeks. Now I'm back to being a grump. It's okay. It was a
Also, this
nice life
thing that you're a
experience.
grump. You're not a grump.
Have you seen me in the mornings? Ask Dammy.
Okay, but
In the
that's
mornings,
lots of
I'm
people are not morning
grumpy.
people.
Oh my gosh. Like in the morning, I'm like, don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't breathe on me. Actually, don't breathe in the
Do you know that
mornings.
for me, I used to be grumpy in the mornings. I don't know what happened. My mentor uh, told me it's just because I'm getting older. Like, as you get older, you just are more of a morning person. And okay, if that's the truth. But now I will wake up in the morning and I'm like, let's go. Keep
I can't
it
even see you
moving,
being
keep it
grumpy in the
pushing.
morning.
Come
What?
on. Singing songs, doing the things, putting together the to-do list, making a coffee. I'm just like, gonna be a beautiful day. And I don't know
That's
where
like
this
your
person came
default
from.
setting round the clock.
I
But
don't know where this
sure.
person came from.
um, do you remember this one time
Probably
we
not.
went to
My memory is so bad.
well, that's something you should work on this
Yeah,
year.
there we go. Where did we go?
I think we went to like a car wash.
Okay.
I'll tell the story you'll remember because we
Okay.
were both like, what the hell? So
Is
Cass
this
and
the
I went.
girl who couldn't park?
That's the one.
My goodness. I was like, babes, You're parking so badly.
Ah,
Like, you're
no,
making the
no,
rest
that
of
was
us look
not
bad.
parking badly. That was something
Ah,
else. So Cass and
no,
I
she
went to
was
like the
going.
car wash. And so while the car was being washed, we were like hanging out in front of like the store, the tuck shop. I don't know what that thing was. And we were just chatting while we waited. And right in front of where we were standing, there were two open, parking bays, no cars there. People had parked in all the other slots. And then this woman pulls up in this big ass car. I don't even know what car it was. I can't
It was
remember.
huge. I
It's
don't know either.
huge car, like really big car.
Yeah, yeah.
Pulls up and I cannot call what she did parking. That would be
No.
an insult to the definition of that word. She
Mm-hmm.
kind of positioned her car diagonally across both parking bays.
Yeah.
And Cass and I are like, no, she can't be parking. She's
And
not
I also
safe. She's not.
and also it was like a Saturday afternoon, so like it was busy. Like there were so many people, and then cars kept driving past looking for parking and being like, "Why are you parked like this?" It was just yeah.
And
Anyways,
homegirl put her car in park, got down out the car, got her kid, and walked off. And me and Cassie are standing there like, no, she did not just do that.
she
She
didn't
did
do
not
so.
just do like
What the
if
heck?
she had actually even parked, I don't know what to say. It was just so bad. It was bad. I'm like, why are you giving people things to say? Like, she's one of those people who makes everyone be like, oh, women are such bad
But
drivers.
this is exactly why I was so upset. I was like, we are already trying to overcome so many stereotypes as women. Like, you are
Right?
not helping. Like, you're
You are not
not
helping, sweetie.
helping the
You're not
cause.
helping. Like, she just walked away. Homegirl could not care
Could not
less. She
be
was just like, well,
bothered.
the
Could
car
not
is
be
parked, and
bothered.
then just the
Yo.
other day, I was walking down the street. I was walking down in downtown, and there was, I think I was trying to find a Starbucks. So I was going to cross, right? But then I see there's a street right next to me. So like it's like kind of like a cross junction,
Yeah.
right? And so there's cars coming from here that can go into the street that's next to me. Um, no, there's cars that's coming from in front of me that can go straight or can go left. This
Okay.
woman is in this car and wants to come right to the street that's
Oh
right in front of
no.
me. Meanwhile, it's a one way
Oh no.
and the lights are red, so nobody's moving. So she's not moving. The moment she starts to indicate that that's where she wants to go, the car behind her starts pressing his horn, like he's honking really badly. And then the people who are in front of her and can see her starting to are waving. Everyone is like, don't do it. You can't go. And her windows are down. So I'm like, surely you can hear that there's chaos happening. Surely you can hear this thing. Homegirl, nothing, puts her car in gear and zooms right into the one way, and there's oncoming traffic. And
No,
everyone on the
no, no,
streets is
no.
like, but then at the last minute, she sees the car, that one slows down and they kind of just edge. When cars are parked on the street, so it's not like it's an easy thing to do. They maneuver around each other and the car goes, and then she goes and turns on the street to exit. And I'm just like, surely you heard, or surely you saw the road signs because it'll show you, it'll cancel, you'll see right turn
You
and then they'll strike it to make you
yes.
know that,
No
honey,
right
you can't
turn.
go this way. I'm like, either you can't read road signs, you're not paying attention, you can't hear, and it's not like there was music blasting from her car, so she can't even say, "Oh, I didn't hear the music was too loud." I was just standing there looking. I was like, I'm gonna need you people to stop it. Stop it! For God's sake, drive like a child of God. Stop it! You're giving us all a bad name. Because, like Cassie says, we are really trying hard to overcome a
To
lot of
overcome
stereotypes. You're
you.
not helping, sweetie. You are
You.
not
Girl.
helping. Yo,
Girl, get it
I was
get it
just
together.
like,
Get it together.
and there was, I think there was a child in that car. I was just like, yo, this could
I
have been
hate this.
so bad. But like, thankfully, it ended, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
just like, there's already the stereotype where everyone's like, oh, women are bad drivers, women are bad drivers. So I went and I actually looked online because I'm just like, I
Okay.
don't know if it's true. I don't know if
Okay.
it's true because,
What
anyway,
did your online research
look, I'm
find?
not saying that this is 1000% the truth, but this is the data I found. There's an infographic that I found that I really liked because it broke it down and I was very happy to find it. It is by, let me tell you who it is by so that before people think I made this thing up, it's by some company called Bruckheim and Patel in Washington,
Okay.
D.C.
Okay.
Okay. So the infographic is basically male versus female driving statistics. Who
Okay.
is the safer driver?
Got it.
And it says
Woman.
that calm down, calm down,
I know
calm down.
I'm guessing. I'm making a guess.
So the first bit there says who causes more accidents? And it says
Mm,
generally women
mm.
cause more accidents per capita. So men cause 58% of accidents, women cause 42% of accidents. But the total amount of men driving is more than the total amount of women who are driving. So the number of men driving is 6.1 million. No, wait, hold on. I've mixed this up. There was something I read where it was like there are more men driving today than there are women. So for the fact,
Which I could understand
yeah, there's a greater percentage. If women are causing 4.1 million accidents versus men causing 6.1 million, we are causing more because there's less of us
because there's
driving.
less of us. Got it.
But that's just accidents. Now, in terms of how many licensed drivers are actually on the road, there are 105.7 million licensed women drivers compared to only 104.3 million men. So there's a lot of men driving around without a license. Women don't do that.
Naughty,
We
naughty.
obey the laws. Then DUIs is men. Men are more likely to
Yeah,
use
that makes
substances
sense.
when driving.
That
Traffic
makes sense.
citations, again, men.
Men.
Men
That makes
receive
sense.
over 70% of all traffic violations, especially for speeding.
That makes sense.
And then in terms of fatal accidents, 25% of women cause fatal accidents compared to 75% of men.
Gosh. Gosh.
So I ask again, who is the bad driver?
I mean, the data don't lie. The data don't
Who
lie. I
is the
mean,
bad driver?
look,
So
here's the thing
I read
also. It's
further.
because,
Hang on, give me one sec. I read further in
yeah,
the
yeah.
article, and they were explaining that the reason why they would consider women being better drivers or safer drivers is because we actually obey traffic laws. Like we're more
Mm,
careful. Like we
mm.
actually consider other road users for the most
Mm,
part. I mean, there's
mm.
women like the one who parked like I don't even know what to call it, or
Yeah, I
the
don't know
one
what that
who
was.
cannot read road signs. But generally speaking, the
The
data's
data
on our
don't lie.
side.
The data don't lie. Look, I mean, for me, this is why, because in South Africa, we have an insurance company that only insures women. Like,
Yeah.
because women are safer than men on the roads. Like, so
Hmm.
it's called First for Women Insurance. It is for women only. If you're
I was
not a
actually
woman,
reading this as
nope.
well that in
Yeah.
Europe, for the longest time in Europe, insurance costs for women were lower than
We're
for
lower.
men, and then it
Yes.
became a whole thing about discrimination and what, and then they had to scrap it
It's
and cancel
about
it
the
and make
data.
it and
The
make it
data don't
equal.
lie.
But I mean, I agree on the maybe safer part. I agree on the maybe being more careful part. But for some reason, when it comes to parking, women just park. They park like an only child. You know, like I don't. There's nobody else but me. I don't have to share.
Oh
Like
my
park
gosh.
right in the middle of two parking bays. Park diagonally. And the funny thing is, what I've seen in movies and in books, and I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that the only people who really park like that are people who have like super expensive cars, like the really exotic
It's
ones. Like
so true though.
you park
They
in the
park
middle so that
like
nobody can park on the other side of you, so you don't get scratched. Because, I mean, now you've bought a $250,000 car because your dog died, and you must protect the
what?
girl.
What?
Have you not finished selling Sunset?
Oh, no, I've not. There's only so much like pointless craziness that I can take.
That's the whole point of
So
reality
I've
TV.
I've taken a break. I've taken a break. But I did a full immersion. I watched like 4 seasons back to back. And then I was like,
That's
okay, I
good.
need I need
This
some
is
sun.
like, I don't even know what season we're on. Is it season 7 or season 8? I don't know.
I don't
Jason
know.
buys this like a 250 Porsche because his dog died and he was feeling sad and he needed a pick me up. His pick me up cost
Okay,
250K.
but here's my thing as well. Okay, jokes aside on, buying a $250,000 car, but I really do understand like doing something nice for yourself when you're sad.
Yeah, babes. A
I support I
$250,000
support this.
car.
I'm saying if he can afford to do that, then live your best life. Do
I
it.
don't know. It
Kudos for
just
you.
I don't know. If I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna buy a car with my chest and spend the money. I'm not gonna say it's because my dog died.
What
Like,
I'm
God
saying, the
forbid
point
Roman
is,
dies tomorrow. I'm not
the
spending
point
250K on a car.
the point is though, is that to do something nice for yourself because I'm not feeling good. I love that. I support that. If you've got 250K to blow and you see a nice car on the window, go for it.
Sure.
10
Okay. I
points for
mean, I'm
you.
I'm the same Han who's like, stop helping people spend their money. So live your best. Spend your money how you like it. Do what you
Sorry your
want.
dog died.
So I mean, it was sad. It really was sad, but
Yeah, I would be
they
sad.
went a little too
A little
far.
too far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a dog owner as well, and if anything happened to him, it would be devastating. But
Yes.
I just don't think that we should be hosting funerals for pets. Like proper funerals
I
where we
saw this
all wear
online.
black and we have the decoration and the flowers and we do the slideshow and we invite like 30 guests and we make sandwiches and we give speeches and I'm just I
Okay.
can't get with it.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit
Look,
much.
I'm not saying that I would I wouldn't do this for my dog.
I
And when
wouldn't
my
either.
dog died, we were all very, very sad. And, we buried Scotty and it was sad. But like, we didn't throw him a funeral.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like anyway,
but
to each their
some
own.
people, to each, exactly, to each their
To
own.
each
Like,
their
just
own.
for some people, their dogs really are like, are the equivalent
This was
of
not
their
a dog.
children.
This was a child. That's how
That's
the
what I was
dog
going to
was
say.
treated the entire time.
Right?
This was a child, and
So
they
then
kept referring to the dog.
if it's treated like a child in life, then in death as
Mm,
well.
yeah, okay, I'm moving on from it. Anyway, but so I was like one of the things, you know how back again to the New Year's resolution thing. And
Mm.
I'm just thinking that even if, making a list of all of the things you want to do throughout the year so that you make it to Santa's nice list at the end of the year isn't really a thing you want to do. I think that one thing collectively that we can agree on doing as we move forward in this new year is being considerate humans. Like just being because
Mm.
we've we're all up in our me, myself, and I, me thing that sometimes
Mm.
you forget everyone else. And for me, that's what I define parking badly as. You're just being a selfish
Mm.
person. You're
Correct.
just
Yeah.
being selfish. You're just not being considerate because there's two slots left. Park in one so that someone else can take the other one. Don't park in the
Yeah.
middle. Don't park
Yeah.
diagonally. Just
Yeah.
park park with sense for God's sake. I don't know
But I
how
think
else
no,
to
but I
say
think
it.
you're right. I think that the Christmas episode we talked about random acts of kindness. Now we're talking about just being considerate. Like if you just take a little time to think about another person and how your acts will impact another person, if everybody did that, the world
Yeah.
genuinely would be a better place. And I know that
Yeah.
this is not a new thought, but it is, and it might sound cheesy, whatever, but genuinely, the world would be a better place if we all just took one extra second to think about the next person. Just
Just
one.
one.
Just
Just
one.
one.
You
Just be
know?
like, I
So,
could park like I don't have two brain cells to rub together, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to park within the
correct.
line. Color within the lines. Did you guys not color in primary school? You color within the lines. That's why the lines are there. Anyway, there's this other thing I want to bring to the community's attention.
The
and you judge
community.
for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting that we have an actual community in this
I think we do.
2025 year. I saw this story online and I was actually really thrilled that the gender in the story was male, not female, because people like to go off and off online about how women do this. So I love that it wasn't a woman. So
Oh no.
I'm going to read the story and then you can judge for yourself, whether or not this person should be dragged and flogged, because I think it should be. So this woman says, "How do you politely tell your partner you don't want to share your food?" And then she goes, she now goes, "This happened. This always happens. He always just helps himself to my food. It's not a huge deal at all, but it's very irritating in the moment. So today I'd barely eaten anything. And so I decided to order some delivery. I asked him if he wanted anything. Emphasis on asking him. And he said he was going to go get food from somewhere else. So I ordered a salad and a tiny kid's pizza. Well, the food gets here and he takes a piece of my pizza and then grabs my salad and starts opening it. I just said, don't eat it all. When he gives it back to me, he'd eaten exactly half of the salad and he ate every single piece of chicken that was on it. Cassie's face, love. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to sound like a pig, but I mean, I asked if he wanted something because I was not intending to share. I'm still hungry now and very annoyed.
Girl, I am annoyed with you. Look, I am a sharer of food. Okay. I don't mind. You eat from my plate. I will be eating from your plate. Like, like, I don't mind. But there is etiquette that should be observed when you are eating off of someone's plate. Like, if
Mhm.
someone's like, oh, yeah, try a little bit of this thing, you don't take the best piece of the thing on the plate. You take something else so that they can enjoy their meal. You were asked, sir, do you want anything? You said no. Okay, fine. It arrived. You wanted a bite. You eat all the chicken. We're
All of the
fighting.
chicken.
We're fighting. Let me
We
just
are
tell you,
fighting.
we're fighting.
You are ordering me back that salad like a fresh one. I don't want this one. You already ate it. Finish it.
We're fighting.
Like I'm just like that. Even if you're gonna share food with your partner, your spouse, or whatever, the considerate thing to do, like Cassie's saying, is you don't eat the best pieces of it.
Yeah.
Especially after she'd asked, "Can I order you something?" and you'd said no.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Like, why are you inconveniencing her now? Go find your own food. I just think I think it's and I know that a lot of because you see these tweets and these things online where men are like, my wife will say she doesn't want anything and then proceed to eat off
Yeah,
of
yeah,
my
yeah,
plate,
yeah, yeah,
and all
yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Just stop it. New
yeah,
year
yeah.
resolution. Don't park like an idiot. Don't eat someone else's food when you said you didn't want any. Let's behave,
Yeah. Just
It's a new
behave. Just
year.
behave.
Let's just behave. Okay. So the third one, and this is the last one. And this one used to rock me because it used to happen at your office.
Oh, tell me.
And every time it happened at your office, that thing was coming right to my house.
What?
Please, for God's sake, if you are sick, stay at home. Don't go to work to prove you are a hard worker. No,
Yeah.
stay at
Listen,
home.
all I'm gonna say is I don't work there anymore. I don't work there anymore for many reasons.
Stay
But
at
yeah,
home.
listen,
This
it's
idea
true.
that you need to show
It's
you are God's
so
best
true.
warrior, and so you must go to work when you're nearly dying. Stay at home.
True.
This is how COVID became
True.
a whole thing. Stay at home, stay at
Exactly.
home, stay at home. No, people
Exactly.
went out.
And especially now that we're in this phase of life where you can work from home. If you
Yeah.
want to be your keyboard warrior, fine. You want to be there typing, sending the emails,
Work at
even though you're
home.
dying. Stay at home.
Please don't
Stay
go and
at home.
spread your germs and John because what
Because then you
you
make everybody else sick. You take everybody else
exactly
out of the game.
you make everybody
My
sick at
goodness.
work, but then they take it home to their families who don't even know you. have no
Yes.
dealings with you. And now you've made the family
Yes.
sick. You've made kids sick as well. And now it's just going around. No, stay at
Nope.
home.
Agreed.
You're not doing anyone any
Agreed.
favors.
Agreed.
It's like the
Agreed.
most selfish thing you could do is
Mm,
trying to go to work when you're sick just to prove that you're strong or just to prove that you're dependable.
mm,
It's
mm,
selfish. You're going to make others
mm.
sick. Don't do it.
Correct. Don't do it.
And if you're
Stay
a
home.
parent and your child is sick, please don't send them to daycare or primary school or I don't know,
Shame.
kindergarten or
Yeah.
creche. Don't do it. Just don't do it just because you don't want to have to pay for childcare. That's your sick child. You take care of them.
Mm.
Because now because this is what happens to my sister all the time. Like every 2 weeks when I call that hun, she's got a cold. I'm like, you're sick again? She's like, yeah, because Noah went to school and got a cold and now I have it. And I'm just like, keep your kids at home if they're sick. What the hell?
Correct. It's just not considerate. It is not
It's
fair.
not. I feel like it's
No.
really, really, really selfish. I feel like
Mm.
it's really selfish. And I would say that collectively, and I know that a lot is happening in our world and a lot is not quite going the way that it needs to be going. But like Cassie was saying, just take the extra second to be aware of the human next to you and just be considerate. That's all. Just be considerate.
Mm.
Just don't put the trolley in a parking bay.
Yeah.
That thing annoys me. Put
Those
the
people,
trolley.
those people are annoying. Why are you
Oh
leaving the
my
trolley in the
God.
parking bay? Because now I must get out of my car, move the trolley,
Take the
park,
before I can park.
park the car, and then
Just
still
take the
take your
trolley
trolley
back.
back to the trolley bay.
Take the trolley back. And usually
Take
in
the
the
trolley
parking lot,
back.
there'll be like a trolley bay. Take it there. Get your steps in. Consider it you getting your steps in if you want to the trolley bay. Just just take an extra second to just do the right thing, I suppose is what I'm
Mm,
saying. Just do the right
correct.
thing. It's not going to take anything from you. It's not going to diminish you. I got so annoyed when I was reading. I think what started me on this rant was that story about the food because I was just like, this is selfish. Why would you do that?
No, that's not nice. That's really not nice.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I know that being considerate or being kind, like we were saying in the Christmas episode, is not something that is like, it's not normal and it's not natural for everyone. So if you're the
Mm.
kind of person who's like, I was an only child, I got everything I wanted. I didn't need to share. Or you're the kind of person who's like uber wealthy and has never had to think about anyone else in their life. Or like you're like Little Miss Perfect, who was voted most likely to become a trophy wife to a tech bro. And so you wanted
Hectic.
for nothing and you don't
What?
you're
What
like
a
so out of
description.
touch with reality. My advice to you is fake it till you make it. Just fake being considerate until it starts to feel real for you. So, like, copy the rest of us that are somewhat normal humans, and do the right thing. Because I'm really, really, really sick of people just being so selfish and so all up in themselves. Our world is never going to get
Self-focused. Mm,
self-focused. Our world's never
mm,
going to get better that way. And
mm,
you can yell at politicians all you like. You can say how they're all self-serving. A greater percentage of us are. It's
mm,
not politicians. It's not
mm.
businessmen. You take half of us, put us in a nice suit, give us a couple zeros in our bank accounts. So I think what I'm just saying is don't park like an idiot. Don't eat all the
Mm,
chicken on the salad. And most
mm.
importantly, stay at home if you're sick. We don't want
Please stay
none
at
of
home if you're
that.
sick.
We're not
We
interested.
don't need
We don't
any
need
of
it.
that.
And let's all have a merry good year. I'm gonna do it like we do in Nigeria after debate. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you that staying at home when you're sick is better than going into work and making the whole world
That's
sick.
hilarious. Hilarious. Oh.
Well, thanks for joining us. I know it was just a bit of fun as well, but I
Mm,
think the takeaway is apart from being considerate and just learning how to be a better human as you go along, I think what I'm also taking away from this episode personally is it's okay. Have your laundry list of resolutions. Just
mm,
delete from that the expectation that if you don't hit them 100%, you have failed. I think it's
mm,
adding new experiences or adding new skills to you, or even just
mm,
time spent trying something else or, enjoying something new. And if you're
Mm,
able to do it for a month, for 6 weeks, for 2 months, amazing. If for the rest of the year you don't do it, it's still a win.
it's
It's still a
okay.
win. Zero pressure. Zero pressure to be
Exactly.
perfect. Come say hi to us on Instagram. Share your laundry list of resolutions. Me, I haven't even, honestly, I haven't started working on mine. So, and usually I don't work on mine until like the end of January because I'm like, I'm still in
Yeah,
party
for me as
mode.
well. I feel
I'm
like
still.
January is like the free trial period. And then and then February we'll get serious, you know? So
Honestly, February's like, I'm like, January's party month for me. I'm still just vibing and having a good time. When
yeah,
February
it's still
arrives, I'm
coming
like,
down.
oh, Happy New Year. Let's get
There we go.
started.
There we go. There we
So
go.
take it easy. It's fine. I want to say what I always say, but I'm like, Cassie's going to give me a stink eye. We're not getting out alive. Chill.
Yo, every time you say this, I'm like, what the hell? Like,
It's
why?
fine. Do what you can, live your best life, give, aspire to greatness. But at the end of the day, don't kill yourself for anything. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. It's just not. Anyway, come say hello to us on Instagram. And don't forget to like and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And we promise to say hi back as well. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. You can also watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you. Bye.